Hi, I'm Margaret, and today I'm going to show you how to make these lovely little macarons. They're great for a treat. If you've not made them before, they can be a bit tricky, but with a few little tips I'm going to give you today, you'll be well on the way to making your first batch. And at the end of the video, I'll show you how to colour, flavour and decorate them. So let's get started. You can see that I've already added the almonds and the icing sugar to the blender, and I'm pulsing them to make them even finer. Every now and again I'll get the spatula and just shift them around a little bit. They do tend to settle at the bottom. The finer the dry ingredients are, the smoother the macarons will be, but I better not pulse them too much. I don't want to end up with almond butter. There we go. Beautifully fine. Rubbing half a lemon around the mixing bowl will help to make sure it's beautifully squeaky clean. Now let's whisk the egg whites until they become bubbly, and a little bit of cream of tartar will help to stabilise them. As soon as the egg whites become bubbly, I can start to add the sugar. I'm adding about a tablespoon at a time. It needs to be added slowly, and as I mix it, that sugar will dissolve into the eggs and it'll become beautifully smooth and glossy. I'll speed this bit up because it does take a little time. You'll know when it's ready because the egg whites will stand up into stiff peaks all by themselves. And if you want to really check, then try turning the bowl upside down if you dare. Yes, they're definitely ready. Now this is where we add the flavouring. And also if you're going to add colour, this is the time to do it. I suggest you use a gel colour or even a powdered colour, not a liquid colour, because this would spoil the texture. Now to sieve in just half of the dry ingredients. I'm going to sieve this until there's a few little crumbs left. I'm not going to push those through the sieve. We want to keep the mixture as smooth as possible. I'm folding this in. I'm going round the outside with the spatula and then through the middle until it's mixed. Then in with the rest of the dry ingredients. Same again, leave any larger bits behind. And fold this into the mixture, just as before. Let's make sure that it's completely mixed together. Now the next trick is to keep folding the mixture until it reaches the right consistency. But how will we know? Well, if I pull it now, you can see it breaks off. It needs to be mixed until it can leave a trail behind. Let's speed it up. It does take a little time. And there we go. Watch how I can wrap it round itself and it leaves a beautiful trail. So the mixture's in the bag and I've drawn 1.5-inch circles on the back of the baking paper, and let's just stick it down with a bit of that meringue. There we go. It's easier to pipe directly down and give a little twiddle with the bag as soon as it's almost as big as the circle. I like to pop a bit of water on my finger just to get rid of those little tips there. Then it is essential to tap the tray onto the surface to smooth out the tops, just like that. Now, so that we get that lovely little raised colour that's typical of macarons. We leave it for an hour, and then as long as you can smooth your finger over the top and it doesn't stick to the surface, then they're ready to bake. Here's my buttercream recipe. I'm using half the quantity, and I'm drizzling in some lovely dark chocolate. Just put enough in until you're happy with the colour and the flavour. I think I'm going to need a little bit more. So, when the macarons are completely cool, they should come off the baking paper beautifully without leaving any behind. You can see that lovely little colour that's formed, and that's because we left them to dry on the surface. Pop a little bit of dark chocolate on top to decorate, and I thought they might be quite nice with a little bit of sprinkles on the surface. Have to get them on quick while the chocolate's still wet. And then on with that lovely chocolatey buttercream. I need plenty of that. And gently holding the edges, press the two together. How about that? Well, it's time to say goodbye. I do hope you enjoyed making and baking with me today. I've thoroughly enjoyed having you along. Thanks for dropping by. Take care, and I'll catch you soon.